Stanford is a haven for the goal-oriented student-athlete. For Landry Fields, Stanford itself was the goal.
There is life after basketball no matter how long you play, and I know that I can fall back on my Stanford degree and whatever I do, and just to say you're coming from Stanford, I think says a lot. I knew that Stanford was the place I wanted to be at, academically and athletically.
Trouble was, Stanford didn't want him, at least not at first. Oh sure, his basketball abilities had long piqued the interest of then-coach Trent Johnson, but his academic credentials were not quite up to the school's lofty standards.
It was pretty difficult. I actually had to wait until the spring signing period to sign because I was waiting on admissions. I think it was after a few SATs where I had to really sit down and wait, and by then it had come down to Stanford and Arizona, and at that time Arizona was looking great. Who doesn't want to go to a program like that?
So Landry had two options: accept a standing offer from a perennial powerhouse, or keep working, studying, retesting, waiting for his dream school. Most would have opted for the quick fix. Landry took the road less traveled, and ultimately his resolve was rewarded.
It was very exciting. Actually, it didn't take long for me to commit. I think it was a couple days later, I had to call Coach Olson and be like, look, I got into Stanford, I'm going to go there. But that was probably one of the harder things I've had to do.
One hurdle cleared, Landry, demonstrating the textbook tenacity of a Stanford student, sprinted right toward the next, though this one was, to a large extent, beyond his control.
I remember the first time, Landry and I met was his freshman year, and he was probably 6'5", 6'4", pretty skinny, and looked really young, had a real baby face.
It's been difficult in high school. I was like, when am I going to grow? When am I going to get bigger and all this stuff? I guess I had to wait until college for that to happen.
And happen it did. The spindly 17-year-old freshman has transformed into a physically imposing basketball specimen.
Followed by Landry Fields.
All the while improving his game exponentially.
He's so skilled, so talented, works so hard, just makes everybody around him want to play harder.
He's really turned himself into a complete player who can be one of the best players not only in the conference but in the country, and I think that people across the country are going to know his name.
He's our leader. He's our best player, and I tell you what, he's really grown a lot over the last year and a half. Give the kid a lot of credit. It shows just through hard work and your effort, what you can accomplish, and he's grown to be quite a player, and I think his best basketball still ahead of him.
I would love to play, the NBA is definitely a goal, my first goal. But like I said, this year I got a lot of work to do this year with this year's team. I'm just going to take it day by day, and hopefully I'll be blessed.
No questioning the choice of Landry as team captain.